XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis when the price was exactly here within this range, we mentioned the way is moving already corrective, and if it continue, we can expect the price to move upward in the corrective way. But any trade will be a short-term trade. We cannot get a good trade because, as we can see, the way is moving was already corrective. There was no good trade setup. And even we mentioned if we want to look for sell, one of the options was to have entry below this. We remove it. Now we want to see how we can look for trade. Okay, first of all, we start with daily chart. Okay, as we can see, after we get this down move, now we are within this up move, but the way is trading, moving based on 1 hour chart since last 2 days was really corrective. And now we want to see whether what we have been looking for we can get or not, because we mentioned when the price was exactly here, if we get one more drop, you can put this one in relative to this. It can give us a better good for the reversal, better, the confirmation for long-term trade. That's why when the price was exactly within this move, we mentioned we cannot trade it for long-term because we explained with all the reasons, and one of them was the way moving is really corrective. Okay, now we want to see still we can expect the price to get, to drop or not. Okay, now we move to 1 hour chart. We see how we can trade it. Okay, if you refer to 1 hour chart, we can see that the way is moving is corrective, especially here. And right now we don't have any good trade setup. Okay, now I want to see how we can trade it, and this is what we have it, because we mentioned based on higher time frame, if this one give us a one more set sell, and this is what we are more interested in, and especially right now, if we get the sell within three above stop loss above the top, in terms of the risk and reward, can give us a better trade setup. Okay, and if you want to look for sell, we need at least a sharp move with the flag to look for sell, and if we get any sell, whether from here, if we see if the price sharply drop or even the price will move a bit higher, any sharp drop with a flag we can take sell it. Okay, and what we want the price to break this low. But if we get any sell when the price come to this level, almost where the prices start to correct, now we put it here 0.45. Okay, 0.454. From there we can start to manage it. Okay, because easily the price can drop, turn to a bigger correction for next move. Okay, this is how we can look for sell. But if this one start to move as a corrective or even drop as a corrective, similar to what we get here, we are not going to trade it. We need sharp flag. Okay, because in that case stop loss will be above this stop. In terms of the risk and reward, can give us better trade setup, and even there is a possibility price move a bit higher, then any sell from there we can take it with a stop loss above the new high. Okay, but right now we don't have it, and the way is moving. That's why we are, if we get a sell, we will be more interested. And if you want to look for buy, we don't have any buy setup as well. Okay, and as we see, this one can give us a better trade if there is a sell. And if anyone will, that's mean if you want to look for buy, the best things, in case this is the start of the up move, that's mean we are not going to get the one more drop. In that case, we have to wait for breakout of the stop. All right, which is I just adjusted 6. Okay, which is we need to wait for the breakout of 0.496. Okay, if there is a, if the price sharply move, we need to wait for the breakout of the 0.946. Any correction of flag above the top, we take. We look for buy. But if this one continues really corrective, similar to what we had here, we cannot get a good trade setup. And the another option is, which is again really risky, having entry above the top. What we want price tag, break, and continue. Okay, but this one is really risky, whether we not talk, whether we don't talk about that. Okay, that's mean if you want to look for buy, the breakout, give a flag or correction is the best. All right, anyway, we are more interested the price to drop. That's mean if we get the sell, we are more interested to look for sell in terms of the risk and reward. And after the breakout of this low, then from there we look for buy. This is what we're looking for, the breakout of this low, almost 40. But after that we see whether there is a continuation or not, because our big goal was the price on our analysis to break this low, okay, which is 0.34. But if we get any sell with the breakout of the or touch the 0.39 or 0.4, then from there we need to see what's the next. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup, and the way it's moving is really corrective. We just follow the chart. We see how we can trade it. As I mentioned, if you want to look for sell or buy, this is the opportunity right now we can look for. I mentioned, and in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update and trade setup, I will share. Thanks.